Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, 100% RC, Professor Damian Flowers, and Tyler Wright.
Hey guys, we back with another episode of Voice of the Fans Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Swift Reynolds. We have 100% RC, most so known, and Professor Flowers with us tonight. What's up, fellas?
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Good, I'm doing pretty good, man. Trying to bear this cold weather.
Gotta wait. We're going to have to bear it the whole week. We got a week of it.
I told I think I told RC this. If I knew it was gonna be cold this week, I would have took some vacation time.
Yeah, I agree.
God, it is too cold out there, man. I couldn't feel my hands today.
Just a week ago, we were wearing shorts.
Right, I'm wearing shorts and walking around the house with no shirt on.
You don't do that in the cold.
Nah, man, not me. I'm bundled up. So, man, did y'all catch in your favorite teams yesterday?
I watched it.
Did y'all watch? Cause y'all knew we had nothing to play for, so y'all still watched.
I did. I finished it. Finished it on out.
Yeah, I went on watching some of it.
Yeah, go ahead and close that book on RC.
Yep.
Yeah, I watched the Saints, man. I'll room for them like they in the playoffs, man. I'll jump up and down after how they got the interception on Baker. Like, oh yeah. Then next you know, here come the Saints showing their true colors, and Buccaneers was able to pull it out, man.
I'm just glad Carson Wentz ain't go out there like Joe Montana.
Man, somebody was speculating that the Chiefs were trying to lose. Like they were trying the hardest to lose that game.
It wasn't even that. They just didn't care. You know.
Well, the Bengals fan was so mad.
And also, why would he help Burrow get in the playoffs so he could beat you?
Right.
Exactly.
Yep. I wouldn't want them problems for sure. All right, we're gonna start off with some NBA. Let's start off with fast break, shall we? OKC, man, they have won 15 straight after beating Boston 105-92. Flowers, man, how impressed are you with OKC right now?
Very impressed. I don't think they've lost since the tournament. What's the name of it?
Playing tournament.
The useless championship.
Yeah, the useless championship. They haven't lost since they played the Bucks. 15 in a row. Man, look, I'm happy for the Thunder. I only see it going up from here, especially with the West. A lot of older talent, I can say, in the West that is not going to stick up to the standard. Man, the young guns are taking over. I do wonder if they can get it up to 20. I don't know the schedule. I need to look at the schedule and see what they got ahead of them. But for them to take care of business against the Celtics, I think Brown came back yesterday. So Jaylen Brown came back yesterday. It didn't matter. Let's just see where they continue to go. I know they get Chet Holmgren back pretty soon, hopefully sooner rather than later. So I'm just curious to see what they do down the road in the playoffs.
Most, do you have OKC as your favorite in the West?
I do at the moment. You know, the number one defense without Chet and Caruso. You know, that's pretty damn impressive. in my opinion, they just so versatile defensively. Like they don't really have a weakness. So yeah, they just. I'm really hoping they see Boston in the playoff. I think they'll go 7 games.
Right, because we saw last year with Boston, man, they were able to play good defense too, and that goes a long way when your team can able to guard on the other end and score on the other. Man, that's big time.
They might be able to beat them now because Boston they shoot themselves out.
Yeah.
right at the gym.
Okay, see, yeah, they match up well with Boston. They can match up with their size on the wings, the bigs. Yeah, they match up well.
RC, how impressed are you with OKC?
Well, I watched them, man. I kind of feel like they're probably a year away. I like SGA. I think he's the best player in the league. But I think Boston has too much firepower. They come at you in waves, and then they can take their best, one of the best off-ball guards. Well, Holiday or either White and put him on SGA and wear him down a little bit. In a 7-game series, it's going to be hard to beat Boston. And so, but OKC is tough. I think they can come out of the West. I don't know if they're ready to win a championship right now at the moment, but they ain't that far off.
I do want to say one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Flowers.
If Boston and OKC matched up, the key factor would probably be Jalen Williams. They would need him to have a big series in order for them to be able to match out with Boston.
Yep. You have to average like 25.
I 23, 25.
But if OKC won it now, they have to do it within this window. Cause like I said, a lot of these West teams they getting older now, so they young and fresh, so they're able to run up and down the court and score.
I think, I agree with Flowers on that. I don't know, Jalen. I feel like he's still a tad bit inconsistent offensively because he's so good defensively. I think he's a better defensive player than anything else.
I agree.
But sometimes that can hurt you in some games where you're playing defense, but you can't really score that well.
OKC shoot a lot of threes too, so if they play in a matchup with Boston, I trust Boston to make theirs more than OKC make theirs.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it all depends if Kristaps is healthy.
That's true
as well.
And OKC hold a trump card that we don't talk about, that nobody talks about. They have so many damn picks to where if the young core couldn't get it done, they can go make a move. They can go get a start.
Mm-hmm.
You know who would be good on that team? It would be good to see him with them. I know this is probably going to be crazy, but I would love to see Zion play with them. Up and down the court in that pace. I'm just saying a healthy Zion when he's on the court. I would love to see him run with that group. But I know that's not going to happen. But
I don't think his style of play was fit. Zion played hero ball.
I don't know why my microphone cut off. What'd you say? I
don't think that would be a good fit because Zion, he needs the ball, and Zion plays a lot of hero ball. Granted, it works 80% of the time, but you'll be taking the ball away from SGA.
Yeah, you don't think Zion can just move around without the ball? Like you don't think he just
he did it at Duke when he playing with RJ Barrett
and too.
And college different.
And Cam Reddish. I think he'll be fine, man. I think he got to get out of New Orleans for sure. I mean, the food's too good.
Food and the winner.
Randy from Voice of Fans in Canada. He said, "I'm with RC with OKC being 1 year away. I'm not putting Holmgren as integral because of the injuries. Chet is a luxury to me." I agree. All right, let's move on to Jimmy Butler. The saga continues. All right, so he got suspended by Pat Riley and everything, and I guess Jimmy Butler, he wanted to have the last words, and he said, "I'm out of here." He want to be traded. RC, what would you do with Jimmy Butler at this point in time?
First thing I do is bring him to Hattiesburg to my barber and cut that goddamn hair. Listen, tell you something, man. It may be tipping his hand with the green that he want to go to either Boston or he wants to go to Milwaukee with the green, any other green teams in the National Basketball Association. But the green,
the other day, see.
Okay, well, I don't know what league that is, but that is a team with that color. But I think Jimmy Butler to me is in the wrong era. He's playing at the wrong time. The attitude, the how he does his teammates. He kind of does what Kobe and Mike them did. Talking crazy to his teammates. This ain't that. This ain't that. You gotta pipe that down, and you gotta understand that you gotta get in line. You gotta fall in line with the way things are ran. And I trust Pat Riley on this. I don't think it's Pat Riley more than it is Butler, because his pattern, it shows the couple stops he's made, he's had the same issues everywhere he's been. So I'm for the Heat trading him. I just hope they don't trade him to Golden State and reignite them. But wherever he ends up, he won't be there long either. He got 1 foot in the NBA and 1 foot out at this point.
Most, do you think Jimmy Butler is the problem?
Yeah, because I mean, to me, this ain't even a suspicion. It's more like exposure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can't act the way you act and you still go out and play half-ass. Like, I actually like the fact they suspended him. But I will say that Pat gave Jimmy that extension back in 21?
Yeah.
And perhaps that was a bad move on his part. Because, I feel like Pat, he wasn't going to extend him anyway. He's 35. I think Jimmy could still play. There's no question about his play. But, it's business at the end of the day. You still have to show up.
You know where I'll trade him? I would see if Denver would get off Porter Jr. That'd be a good swap, because Porter is kind of like the eyeball over there. But just seeing how Jimmy's personality would mesh with Westbrook and mesh with Joker and Jamal, all of them got the same dog mentality. Porter kind of like the outlier. So Jimmy to the Nuggets would be a good swap.
What about Jimmy for Zion?
He ain't going to New Orleans.
No.
I'm just saying.
It really be a problem then. So, Flower, what do you think is Jimmy?
Yeah.
Why do you think Jimmy is always acting like this on certain teams? What do you think his problem is towards other players and other franchises? Put it like that. Because we saw him go from different. We saw him go from different teams already. He been 76ers, Minnesota. Like, he just going back and forth from teams. What do you think his underlying issue is?
I don't think he has an underlying issue with other players per se. I just think in some of the instances, the time runs out on him. As far as Minnesota, he wanted to be paid. They didn't want to pay him top dollar, so he left. Philly, he wanted to stay in Philly, but they chose to buy his Harris over him. You get to Miami, in Miami's instance, I just think that time has run out on him. As far as that Miami team that went to the championship is not the same team, and the East has gotten better. Why they've been in a plateau. If you read in between the lines, we've honestly seen this infrastructure crumble, because I remember last year when the Heat win the playoffs and Jimmy was like, well, if I would have played, we would have won the game. And Pat comes out and say, well, play. Well, pretty much you got to be healthy to play in the game. So they've been having these, subliminal wars for probably the last year or two. And you got to remember when Haslam, Spo, and Jimmy had words, on a timeout, when Haslam and Jimmy were going back and forth, and Haslam was threatening to beat his ass. So, it's a lot going on with Jimmy Fars. And Haslam did that because he's a firm believer in the culture, down there that Pat Riley's built. So I understand where Haslam's coming from. He's going to stick up for his guys. He's going to stick up for Spo and such. But it's obvious what Jimmy's doing. He knows he wants to be traded. He knows what needs to be done to be traded. I don't condone him going out there going half-ass, taking one-footed 3-point jump shots and not running back on defense and other stuff. Just the best thing for the Heat to do, trade him.
I'm gonna say this, man, before we move on. Hope this go viral. Athletes today are overpaid.
Yep.
And that's the problem. Like, you ain't got to pay them what they made in the 90s. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying I think they're overpaid and they act as such. We all collectively on here probably have more than we probably can ever imagine. You know, like, think about, there's nothing this year for Christmas that I really wanted. I ain't need nothing. So you become kind of like ungrateful in a sense. You know, you used to be happy about the present. These guys don't treat the NBA as a prize anymore. It's the way he conducted himself. You wouldn't have saw that yesterday. I mean, I tell people this all the time. Young guys, we in the barbershop talking, and they said, "Oh man, here you come with that '90s to every 2000." I'm like, no, listen. The issue with you guys is you don't love the game. Mm-hmm. You're disrespecting the game to the point to where you're letting them put you on film taking one leg and 3-point shots. We can affect your next spot, but they don't care because they know they're gonna get paid. But I don't like that.
Let me interject though, because in a way I do feel Jimmy. I mean, you took this team to
which hand you feeling with? Which hand you feeling with?
I mean, but he took this team to two.
I don't get it.
At the end of the day, he took this team to 2 finals, and at the same time, Pat didn't really brung anybody else, and Jimmy never asked.
I mean, they drafted pretty well. The team just
Jimmy held up his deal of the bargain. If we being honest,
yeah, I agree.
The only thing he asked for was a contract extension, and he's mad about that. I don't agree with him going out being half-assed like that, but I mean, Jimmy held us his deal at the end of the day. I think this is more about Pat, because Pat Riley, I always looked at him as a mob boss. He had slick back, nice suits, and you know, he's a old school general type. I think he's at times power hungry. I'm not sure Pat really cares about winning for the most part.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, but who else did Pat bring?
I mean, to be fair, Mose, just because nobody's there don't mean that he didn't try. I mean, he did want Lillard. I mean, there's a couple of pieces or people that he wanted. Just it didn't work out in his half. I mean, because if you think about it, who's going to trade somebody prominent to Miami? Because if they did, they probably would have won. Probably won the championship a few years ago if they got that additional piece. But it hasn't happened. And I'm not saying that you're wrong about. I just feel like Pat Riley. I can't discredit Pat Riley because I mean, for the past 30 years, almost 40 years, he's had the formula of winning.
Yeah.
You know? So I can't discredit him for building a consistent culture. He's been in Miami since 96? Well, not 96. 2000, something like that. I can't remember how long he's been in Miami, but
I think it was the 2000s.
Yeah, he came in the 98, 97. Yeah. He left the Knicks and went right there. But yeah, I just think I'm with you, Flowers, on that. I think Pat understands. He's like my rest in peace, Jerry West. They know what it takes to win. They know how to put a team on the floor. I think reason why they ain't getting the marquee players because the NBA having a say in that as well. You know, if you look at it, like these guys are only plugged in certain spots. You know, LA keep getting the players. New York just got a player. So
and then I want to piggyback on what you just said. And then you got to think about what Miami Heat players have to go through as far as exercise. You know, weight. They are strict down in Miami. So everybody's not built for that kind of lifestyle and that kind of mentality Pat Riley tried to put on players. You know, everybody thinks it's all sweet and games because of Miami, but you know, once you really get in the trenches, man, it's hard work. You know, to be a Miami Heat. So, you know, it's some food for thought. But like I said, just the end of the road. You know, if Jimmy wants to move on, I don't think Pat Riley should be an asshole. You know, and be stiff about it. That's the only thing I don't agree with. You know, I feel like Jimmy has done enough, so you should grant his wish. Trade him.
I agree with that. Randy said, certain teams, Swift, Jimmy's acted like this with every team. I'll be nice, Randy.
I mean,
yeah. Mostly been like this everywhere.
But has he been wrong? He has, but has he been wrong?
I just
You
think
can't.
Not in Minnesota, he wasn't, or Philly.
but I think
It's
for me, he just in the wrong era of basketball. He ain't wrong. He just in the wrong era. It just don't go.
handle it in a certain way that's not
You can't do that
doable in
now.
this era. Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do it. You can't. These guys are not mentally. They don't. These guys are one. They're more. They're more in their individual contract. They're thinking about self, and when they, I think they think more of. I see nothing wrong with not hating a guy's good. It's just basketball, but I just don't. I think the way you talk to a person, hearing some of the stuff that Jimmy says to his teammates or stuff like that, it just these guys ain't going for that. The disrespect. Like Michael Jordan calling Iverson the B, that don't fly today. These guys ain't taking that. They gonna put something on your butt. They're not gonna be like that's Michael Jordan, and I'm just gonna bow down to him. No, they gonna throw hands.
Right. All right. The Kings have won 4 straight in a row. You see a little resurgence from that team. So
Hell no.
Let's go back to Mike Brown. Did the Kings make the right move firing Mike Brown? Most?
They just who's the interim? Doug Christie.
Doug Christie, former player. Yep.
Yeah. Players tend to have a bit more respect to former players, so that's all what this is at the moment.
Yep.
But
it's a resurgence.
But I can tell you right now, this team is still just it's just bad. It's just a bad team. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. I don't see the point of De'Aaron really staying, because he still ain't signed his own extension yet.
You know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He playing the
leverage.
Field,
Leverage.
Mm-hmm.
Flowers. The Kings, they found their niche.
Ain't no damn niche. Listen. I'm not about to congratulate players for playing harder and better because somebody they like is not there anymore. Hell, you should have played hard for him. He's yelling at you because you're not playing defense. I'm supposed to get mad at Mike Brown because he's criticized his players for doing dumb shit and not playing defense. So that tells me that these players, and it's not all players, they're baby. Like, and get the nibbles out their mouth. Y'all babying these players. You're not letting them be able to be critiqued in the media. Charles and company can't talk about them, always ruining the product. We can't say anything because damn, like
Y'all don't play in
what
the
happened to
NBA.
just going out and playing basketball?
I don't know.
I have a quick question though, because I think we know for a fact that besides the losing, that one of the reasons that Mike Brown got fired was because of the fact of what he said about De'Aaron Fox.
Yes.
As far as the bad foul and not closing out on the 3-point. Do you think when a coach does that, do you think that's wrong?
No.
He's stating the obvious.
Or
should he could have kept that to himself and just
in
the locker room?
What's the difference in me critiquing you in the locker room and holding you accountable in the media? Because if the media ask you, why did you foul, and then they go and let me play role reversal. So if Mike Brown doesn't come out and say that in the media, first and foremost, he doesn't lose his job. I find that hard to believe because eventually it was going to happen because they don't want him. But 2, if Mike Brown doesn't critique Fox in the media, and the media does, you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna say, "Well, why does Mike Brown have a hold of his team? Is this boy strong enough?" So he's screwed either way you look. But I just hate when when a coach, your head coach, cannot critique somebody that's making the most on a team. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why can't a coach critique De'Aaron Fox? Popovich did it with Tim Duncan. Look what it got him.
As long as he ain't saying he sucked, he has a receding hairline, his mama ugly, none of that disrespectful shit. All he said was do your job. He stated the obvious. Why would you foul? I really disappointed. It goes back to what I was saying earlier. Yeah. Oh, the young guys. Oh man, you being an old head. Well, listen, we're wise because we've seen it. Listen, even experiencing in life. If to me personally, if he getting on you, most you played.
He
If a
love
coach,
you.
if a coach is coaching you, he care about you.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? He sees something in you. He trying to take you to the next level. He see
Preach.
another level to Fox. And I think, this guy has no interest in that. You came from Calipari, so I figured he would, these
I
guys
thought Calipari coached these kids hard. I thought
they don't want to be coached in the NBA.
no, obviously not. I remember when we like at the time when we all played. I remember the old saying, "If the coach ain't yelling or talking to you, that's bad."
Yeah, you in trouble.
Right. You in trouble big time. So, man, yeah, these players, man, they gotta take this critique and improve their game. That's all it is. Just trying to make them better on the court.
$1 million question. And RC made me think about this, and Moshe made me think about this. What is it gonna take to make these players care?
Bring the money down.
Is it bringing the money down?
Oh, that ain't gonna happen.
Well, not not bringing the money down per se, but take away fully guaranteed contracts. I hate to say that.
I'm gonna say
it. You gotta play for something, right? If you hand me all the money up front, what I have to play for?
That's what I'm saying.
So you remember the NFL quarterback used to come into the NFL and they get that big lump sum. The number one pick used to get that big contract.
That 7-year, $50 million deal.
And then they cut it. Cam was the last one to get it. Cam was disappointed because he was like, man, even with him, they cut it a lot before he got it. But I remember when Peyton came in the league and all the others came in the league, they got the big lump sum. I'm saying, like he said, fully guaranteed contracts. You got to change that. You got to change that, man, because it creating complacency to me.
Yeah.
I never won. I don't like to mess with another man's money.
You ain't messing with it.
We ain't messing with
it. But
you gotta work first. You can't you gotta work.
Hold on.
Getting paid,
hold on.
I never understood that.
Let me tell you how you told me. Cut the righteous bullshit, most. You know good damn well that we're not taking that money. We saying, listen, we want to create a level of competition. We don't have that right now, sir.
I feel that.
Yeah. Let me clarify, because I don't want you thinking when I say stuff like this, I'm trying to take money away from something. No, I promise you, Mose, I'm not trying to take money away.
I understand what you were saying.
It's just okay. Say for instance, Joel Embiid, right? He getting $300 million over 4 or 5 years, fully guaranteed. And how many games has he played this year? Not even 20. So I just feel like somebody in that case, however many games you play, yes, I'll pay you up to $300 million, but I'm gonna pay you based on how much you play. Well, like the NFL do.
Well,
give you guaranteed amount, and you have to earn the rest in incentives.
Well, with the new rule, I think they passed last year that a lot of players had a problem with, where you had to play what was it, 65?
Oh yeah, 65 games for the All NBA.
Even consider All NBA.
I'm not mad at that.
It's that's what you're getting paid to do.
Because check this out. You had people that was playing 50 games, getting All NBA honors, to where I'm trying to think of a person.
Yeah, like years ago.
Well, most recently, as far as you see the favorite player, they always get the All NBA. And you got players that play hard that don't get it. So this is open up opportunities for people that play hard, that play 80-90% of the games. They're able to get those recognitions instead of, okay, if Kevin Durant played 52 games, he's second team, first team All NBA. When I got a guy that played 72, he's averaging 25 or 27, such and such, and he can't get on the list.
Right, Kai. At that point, you're just going off a name instead of production.
Yeah.
And that's not right.
I find it funny that as soon as they passed that, Anthony Davis go out and play like 70 plus games.
See, now,
He not hurting
listen to what you just said, Moses.
All of a sudden, he felt good and healthy.
All of a sudden, now you can play 70 games. See, that's what I'm saying. They're so comfortable because they know they have a pillow. If they were to fall backwards, they know somebody's going to catch them. If they were to fall forward, they know the bed's going to catch them. So that's what I'm saying. They're too comfortable. They're too comfortable because they know at the end, on the 1st and the 15th, money is in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. There needs to be a rule in place.
All right, guys. Let's shift over to some NFL. But first, we're brought to you by Swift Energy. Use our code VL13 to get 25% off. You feeling a little down, then a little pick me up before you get the gym, before you do the podcast.
You
That's
put a
the
little
code, Mo.
box
That's the code for us.
you put a little vodka in there, you might have some jet fuel.
I'm convinced Ben got boxes of this stuff. When Ben opened up his cars, all of it just falls down. Oh my god!
Like
to roll there up.
I need to do 50%, 75.
25% off Swift Energy. They're a Canada-based company, so shout Randy, go support them, man. They from Canada. All right, the NFL playoffs is set. Y'all want to see who playing against who?
Oh, before you do that, did you tally up everybody's
I did not. I tally up how many picks everybody got right, but I didn't get a chance to do the standings. Okay. I thought I'll say that for Thursday when Gat would come in. I'm pretty sure he won.
The guy that
I was hoping Randy would get it. Man, him and Gat would pick the same game. I promise you, if Randy would actually pick a little bit more than Gat would, he probably would edge them out.
Hey, look, next season I'm coming for y'all.
But I went 13-3 this week. Gatwood went 11-5. T Wright went 13-3. Flowers went 14-2. RC went 11-5. Randy went 11-5. So that's it. But the NFL playoffs is set, man. Y'all ready? Y'all pumped?
Oh yeah,
I'm ready
the
for
nonsense is out the way now. The big boys,
right?
I need to ask Ben a favor.
Mm-hmm.
It's my first time being out of the playoffs in about 4 years. How do you deal with this?
Hey, hold on now. Mo's been out of the playoffs for long. He finally got it. So you probably said that question.
We ain't been in years.
RC, you just appreciate other teams and greatness. That's all you do.
Well, you know, right now we should all be cheering for everybody but the Kansas City Chiefs, man.
Right.
Come on, man.
Exactly. Anybody but Kansas City.
And the Steelers.
I wouldn't care. I just don't want to see Kansas City win the third straight.
I think Steelers gonna be one and done.
Yeah,
but,
I'm thinking that too.
They gonna get
what you say, Flowers?
I said I'm leaning that way too. I'm quite sure we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. So Broncos are playing against the Bills.
Yeah.
Steelers versus the Ravens. Lord. One and done, most one and done. There you go, buddy.
Man.
Let me ask you this: if you go one and done, did you really make the playoff? I'm just
right. You could just stay at home.
Look, it's like people in the club, man. You can't get in fully.
What we've been working with, I say, is a damn success.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. You're
so where I want to be.
I agree.
Right.
It's meaningful, you know.
Steelers versus Ravens. Texans versus Chargers. Chargers fans said they basically got a bye week.
All right, now I'm taking the Chargers, but y'all don't talk like that, man.
The Chargers fans talking. What they say we got a bye week. Philly versus Green Bay.
That's gonna be a good game. They play early in the year, remember?
They went to Brazil and played. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Commander versus the Bucks.
That's gonna be a tough game.
Washington and Tampa Bay. It's like if you just think back in time, they always meet in the playoffs. Who's that spit on Michael Pittman? Some years back. Who's that spit on Michael Pittman?
Was it LeVar Arrington?
I don't think it was LeVar. I don't think it was LeVar.
Was it Sean Taylor?
No, it wasn't
Sean Taylor. Who? What?
Sean Taylor spit on somebody. He spit on somebody.
I don't feel like it was Sean Taylor. I can't remember who it was. It was a corner or a linebacker.
Fred Smoot, wasn't it? It wasn't.
I can't remember who did it.
I'm finna tell you right now. I think it was Sean.
The Buccaneers, they met the Commanders a couple years back with Brady versus Taylor Heineke in the playoffs. So they So
it was Sean. I see it right here. Sean Taylor speaking on Michael. Damn, Sean Taylor was bigger than Michael Pittman. I don't know how he was there.
Michael Pittman was a big dude.
Yeah. Just when you type it in, watch how much bigger Sean Taylor is over Michael Pittman. That's crazy.
And then the Vikings versus the Rams. I think that might be an upset.
It's possible.
Yeah, the Vikings just, I don't believe in the Vikings. Their defense, like I said, if you get them at the right time, they can be beaten.
The Rams are going. The Rams are going on the road.
Yeah.
Yes.
How?
And they can run. They got a running game.
No. They at home. They won.
The Rams won the division. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The Rams won the. Yeah,
I'm taking the Rams.
That's what I'm saying. And
if it was in Minnesota, I'd take Minnesota.
What stood out to me about the Rams as I was watching the last couple of games this season? Their defense has gotten a lot better.
They're young and hungry.
A lot better.
They beat the Rams. I mean, they beat Minnesota in Minnesota earlier this year.
Mm-hmm. We got their defense has gotten a lot better. That D line with Verse. Oh my goodness, man! They getting pressure right.
It's the offense I'm thinking about because Minnesota can't stop. Just think about it. Minnesota they have trouble stopping the run. Let's be honest here. And Matthew Stafford with Nakua and Kupp in a healthy offense. That is gonna be a close one, and I wouldn't be shocked if the Rams won that game.
I'm gonna say this. I gotta say this because when I'm wrong, I stand on business. I was wrong about the Rams. Y'all guys had said the Rams was going to be good this year. Even though we gave them 2 games, they gladly took them. They young and they coming, man. That's the thing. They're young. I don't know how long Matthew Stafford going to play, but they coming.
So, out of them games I mentioned, which one can y'all see being an upset? Sorry, you most. You remember the teams I said?
Yeah, I got on here looking at it. As far as the upset, man, I could see the Packers getting away with the Eagles. Honestly, once again, it just is. Jalen proved me wrong earlier this year. He was having them 150, 175 passing yard games, and I forgot what team they played in. He actually played like a quarterback. But when he played like that with Green Bay, because on Green Bay, they'll come out hard. And I actually expect Green Bay to have a running game going.
The only thing that worried me about Green Bay was 2 things: Jordan Love and the defense.
I think Jordan go outshoot him.
Yeah, I think he outshoot.
I'm talking about Brent Favre type of.
It's his decision making lately. It's been kind of bad. Flowers, what team can you see being upset in this playoffs?
Honestly, I can think of 3 or 4 matchups that can go either way.
What's your top one?
My top one, probably Rams in Minnesota. That's probably one. Packers and Eagles are on the list also. Because I'm with most on that. We got to think about Green Bay strengths, and I hope Jair Alexander is back this week. Because if he is, if you could take away the vertical passing game from Jalen Hurts, and if Green Bay can stop Saquon, they almost, it was a great game in Brazil. It was a lot of back and forth in that one. Just they turned the ball over one too many times. So if Green Bay doesn't turn over the ball, and they got a great running game. Also, we got to remember this. Great running game LaFleur has also with Jacobs and company. I think they have a great chance. That's number 2. I guess I'll give the Steelers a chance against the Ravens. It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat 3. It's hard to beat somebody twice or 3 times in a year. And they split this year. So somebody got to win. Somebody got to win the second. The third one for the second time. Excuse me. I'm trying to think. What was my last one? The Commanders,
Texans, Broncos, Bills, Commanders, Buccaneers.
Commanders, Buccaneers. That's interesting.
I can see the Commanders possibly going on the road and giving Tampa Bay a great game also in that one. So those are mine.
Hey, you know what I just thought of? The matchup.
Evans and Lattimore.
Evan Lattimore. They meet again.
I just want to say something about the Steelers. The Steelers are the worst team that's in this playoff.
I can't disagree.
Because the past 5 games, they look like the absolute worst. I'm telling you, it's like every time if Mike Tomlin took a test, he'll pass with that C- all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's man. Honestly, I feel like this, man. If they lose this game, and I think they're gonna get stomped, man, Mike needs to go. He needs.
They just need to rebuild that secondary. That's the problem. They need to rebuild that secondary.
It ain't the defense. It's the
secondary.
It's the offense. It's the offense.
Russell?
They are. If it's not Russ. No. I don't want to put the sole blame on him. It's the whole offense in general.
It don't make sense. They don't know what they're doing from play to play.
If George Pickens isn't George Pickens, what else do you have?
Mike Wood, they're not getting Mike Wood involved, which is kind of surprising.
They're trying. You think
they
the
missed
Jets
them
gave away for a
balls.
reason? Yeah, I'm just saying. You think the Jets gave away for a reason?
I think Mike Wood still has some. I don't think he's just bad though.
I mean, he's decent, but
he made incredible catches in that game. I mean, he made some.
If you're playing in the AFC, look at the offenses in the playoffs. The Steelers do not compare. Other than the Chargers, and the Chargers offensively are better than them.
Yep.
So why do you think the Steelers offense look like that?
Well, it's looked like that the last couple of years. I mean, the reason being is the guy we talking about. Listen, I think he's a great coach. I think he's a great motivator. I think he's a great leader of men. I just think he's bad at picking offensive coordinators and corralling his offensive skill players. He has divas. He's had a long list of divas who disrespectful, who quit on plays, who a little loose in the head. All of them ain't got CTE, bro. All of them ain't crazy. I just think sometimes, to win, you give a little bit. So I'm going to take Tyreek Hill antics so I can win. But then when we're not winning, look what happens. Like Pickens quit on them. He didn't have to leave. He didn't have to walk out the stadium. His spirit was
on another level than Tyreek Hill.
But I'm saying Martavius Bryant, Mike Wallace, Antonio Brown, Plaxico. You got it's a long list. Deontay Johnson, who just left.
Yeah,
Deontay just left. I mean, so yeah.
The other kid, there was I forgot the other kid that played receiver for
Claypool.
Man. He loved.
Oh yeah, Claypool.
Claypool.
Yep. Hey, don't forget about Juju. Don't forget about Juju.
Juju, he got a long list of receivers that just like spaz out. Like it's crazy. I never seen nothing like that.
And he needs a new D line. I mean, offensive line as well. The offensive line
that for the last 6-7 years.
They've been patching that up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But look, hold on. I just want to say this. This might be an unpopular opinion. As far as AB, as far as how bad that was, I will give him credit because at least the man showed up. They
all showed up. They all show up.
With that baggage.
Really.
If you think about it,
Pickens didn't show up.
Claypool was a dog until he started.
I get what Mo's saying.
Pickens show up when he.
I get what you're saying too, though.
Because we can say all we want about AB, but when he stepped foot on that field, he was professional. Yeah, I can't talk about when he was with Tampa Bay, but
at that point he was off his rock.
But at one point in time, AB was arguably a top 8 receiver at one point for 5 years. At
number one,
top 8, like
number one. Like they had him over Julio and some people. So
I won't forget 2011. The man had 1,000 returning yards and 1,000 receiving yards. I said, "Oh, this dude's insane."
So y'all think Mike Tomlin is the key to this?
The key. He's the reason they've been failing.
So hold on, whoa. See, I had to jump on RC about this also because we talk so much about Tomlin. We don't give that energy to the GM who's drafting these players. Also, we have to be mindful of that. Also,
wait a minute, that was 10-3 Flowers.
Yep.
Bro, yeah, they 10-3 and they ran into Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore. Who else they run into that were better teams
Buffalo.
Offensively? They put all their money on the wrong side. Well, they put all their money on one side of the ball, and at the end of the year, when it's time for the offense to show up, they don't have it.
So you think he don't have input on the 53?
Quite sure he got some
input, but the GM makes the final decision on
but
what
I just think that dude got tenure. He's probably the only black coach in NFL history that has that much, leeway. Probably gives a lot of input. He is a Pittsburgh Steeler. I think
he's more coaching than picking the players, though.
But
I'm quite sure they ask him his input.
Yeah.
But if you look at the defense, you see him. You look at the offense, you see him. You look at the defense, that's his defense. You can tell he got his hands on that. On the offense, he might just let the GM say, I just think
that's where you can lay blame
all over again.
That's what I'm saying. That's where you can lay blame on him for not picking the right OCs to handle that situation. He handling the defense. He needs somebody to handle the offense side of the ball. And he's just not picking the right guy. It's almost like Sean Payton. Sean Payton handled the offensive side of the ball. We were doing all this, doing all that, but we were lacking so much on defense. They were costing us so many games.
Who was his last best OC? Todd Haley, maybe?
Yeah.
I know he had BA. He had Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians, yeah.
Bruce Arians, yeah. So that's the problem. That's the real. He need to find a younger OC to bring in fresh ideas and read.
I think that's what I was saying.
Offensive scheme.
I think that's what I'm saying, man. Accountability means that I'm the head guy. You seeing guys get fired, but this guy, I don't want him to get fired. But I feel like, in my sense, you're just keeping him there because he's you're just used to him. It's like being in a relationship with someone you're just comfortable with. It ain't going here or going there, it's just staying right there. So if you're a fan of the Steelers, you're frustrated because you know what the end result gonna be. But if we all collectively saying they're gonna get their ass beat, what are they saying? Like, if I can this is not, they're not on the same trajectory as the Chargers and the Broncos. They've been built.
Mm-hmm. And this is another because they've had 3 coaches in their whole existence.
You bragging on that, but my thing is,
that's what I'm getting to.
This one guy, though, it's kind of like Kyle Shanahan. If he keeps losing Super Bowls and keep having injury-prone teams, all thing ties back to Kyle Shanahan being the issue. Mm-hmm. No one's roster more decimated. Every 2 years he has a decimated roster. What the hell are you doing? Who are you hiring? Special teams, strength and conditioning, and why are you losing the games that matter? It's got to be you, man.
So you don't put no
play calling and game decision been terrible.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, Most. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna put the blame on him.
Yeah, of course.
Jake Moody getting death threats, but Kyle Shanahan likes Jake Moody. Why is he still on the team? Cut him.
I feel bad for Moody. He missed a kick yesterday. That mother went right low. I was just like, bro. Boy, just get out of there.
He missing extra points at this point, man. I just ain't never seen nothing like it.
He kicked it right in the Lake Erie, didn't he, Ben?
That's when you leave the stadium, you gotta leave like this.
Get your head down, Moody. He's gonna get you out of here.
But have you ever seen a kicker get jacked up? Remember, Debo jacked him up in the middle of the season, so. That was terrible.
Right out of sense.
Yep.
He gotta be like Kittle. Kittle said, "I believe you. Believe in yourself." Moody said, "Yeah." He said, "I believe in you too."
No, the hell you don't. Kittles.
Give him a lollipop.
I Oh man, I just bust out laughing when I watched that video. Oh,
Like,
Kittle, come
look, you
on,
know how
dude.
you was a kid when you go to the bank with your mom, the teller give you a little sucker.
Yeah, little light pops. That was exactly what Kittle did. I was like, bro, you gotta tell him straight up, man. He's sucking right now.
Look, I said what I said because Mike, he ain't won a playoff game since 2016.
It's time.
He haven't had a losing record though. He haven't had a losing record.
And look, Andy Reid got the 5 NFC championships in a row. Wasn't it like something like that?
Yeah.
Look, Saints, we just need to do a switcheroo. We get Tomlin, and he'll get some Super Bowls. He just need to come up.
Hell no.
From my understanding, it's Aaron Glenn jobs to lose if he chooses not to want it.
Well, there's another candidate that's creeping up in the rearview mirror. We interviewed Joe Brady. Well, we asked to interview Joe Brady
and the Chiefs coordinator. But I think the Saints are making a mistake hiring Aaron Glenn. I think you go OC. I think you go offensive coordinator, and then you hire you a good DC like everybody. That's working in the National Football League. That's working. You try
something.
You tried DC.
We sit up here and we clamor about hiring young offensive coordinators and coaches. Hell, where are they? In Mike Tomlin's defense, in a sense, I didn't agree with him hiring Arthur Smith. I mean, it didn't work. What he did didn't work in Atlanta.
Yeah, right. So I could have told him that.
You have to take.
Arthur Smith was terrible.
Let me renege that. Let me refrain from what I'm saying, because that just falls in the category of you have to just give people an opportunity.
Well, go look at the top offenses in the National Football League and go get Buffalo's OC, go get Cincinnati's OC, go get Minnesota OC.
But you know what, though? See, the problem with that is those guys are going to go interview for head coaching jobs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, why not look at college then?
That's my point. I was saying the Saints.
They usually
go get an OC for your head coach. Aaron Glenn is not a head coach. Aaron Glenn, if you can hear me, any black coach right now, do not take these jobs. Do not.
I'm Aaron Glenn. I'm staying in Detroit.
Don't tell him that.
D'Amico Ryan took a job where the organization had picks. They had already had structure. They were from the area. Aaron Glenn, you're going to a guy. This team is in the red. They're going to need a quarterback. They got a bunch of aging veterans on defense. Am I lying?
RC, let me throw you some history in there. When Sean Payton took over the team,
here we go again.
And hold on. It was just like what you saying now.
But Sean Payton,
but
one draft can change. One draft can change the whole outlook.
He came from Sean Payton coaching tree. He came over from New Orleans. He coached Marshawn.
So did Dennis Allen.
Well, Dennis Allen, he was everybody knew what Dan Allen was when he came.
So look, this is my point for the Saints. I've been trying to help you for 3 years. I've been telling you what to do, and y'all will not do it. Even if you say, you know what, I'm gonna stay in the house and I'm a Kubiak is gonna be my head coach. Because listen, all I'm saying is that's how you build your quarterback. You get your quarterback with your OC, and y'all they grow together. I just feel like Aaron Glenn, to me, he's not gonna have time. They're not gonna give him time. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think we are. We very patient.
Honestly, I like Clint Kubiak. That's probably another unpopular opinion. So, but
yeah. All right. So we just seen the playoffs matchups. Y'all want to do a Super Bowl prediction? Who your two teams coming out of the AFC and the NFC?
Flowers,
huh?
I say yeah, we can throw them out.
All right, Flowers. What's your prediction? Who you have coming out of AFC and the NFC?
Unfortunately, it's gonna be the Chiefs and Lions.
Flowers have Chiefs and Lions. Most, who you have?
Chiefs and I don't know, man. Who'll come out that NFC?
A lot of people like the Lions, man. There's nobody you just look at like, dang, that's it. They got the juice.
Who's hot as the Lions right now is the question.
Yeah, who hot as the Lions? I mean,
nobody.
Yeah,
Philly, maybe. That's about it.
Who?
I said Philly, but you put an at-risk on that.
Yeah.
Okay,
you're not Lions too.
RC. Most and Flowers, how the Chiefs coming out of AOC. Who you have coming out of AOC?
I got an upset. I got the field coming out of there. Either Ravens or Buffalo is going to play the Lions. The only way the Lions aren't going, if they coach, and I feel this in my gut, guys, he going to get in the playoffs and do some dumb shit. Okay?
Be shocked.
He going to do some dumb shit. He going to do something because
he did it last year.
He go for 4th down so much. If he needs somebody to knock Philly off, because if you don't get somebody to knock Philly off and they have to play that style with Philly got the guns to get in the shootout, and also the defense is playing better. But I just think if the coach don't beat himself, Detroit versus Buffalo, and one of those two franchises to get a Super Bowl for the first time, it would be perfect. But
I would love to see Lamar. I would love to see Lamar or Josh Allen play in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, me too. Especially,
I just don't know if it's gonna happen. I just don't.
RC, you can't give me two teams, man. You got to choose one of them.
Buffalo, Detroit. It's not gonna happen, but I'm just shooting for it. I'm just gonna try to speak it into existence.
Hey, now go ahead.
My heart is telling me Bills, but when I just break everything down, just look at it, the Ravens, man, they got a real shot. I feel like when the defense is hungry, they are a different team.
I don't think their defense gonna hold up, bro.
That's what I'm saying. When they hungry and they flying around like this past Sunday, when they flying around and making tackles and making plays, they look totally different.
Easy to do that against the Browns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you get what I'm saying? Like when they all play on one accord,
but that's why
totally different.
That's why I'm scared to pick them though. Let me put this out here for the world to hear. I want Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson to do it. I feel like they're the only two quarterbacks in the AFC that can do it because Joe's not in it. So I feel like Baltimore's defense will give up an unnecessary play. And you know what? Maybe if they can get back to the AFC Championship, the pain they felt from last year by getting there and not being fully prepared to take on the Chiefs. I just feel like the Chiefs, they understand and they know how to win and they know how to cut the shit on when it's needed. So it's just if you get them in a situation, last possession, tie game, it's kind of hard to go against the Chiefs.
The NFL.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother. My bad.
No, that's what I'm about to say. That's why I think the Ravens, when the defense is clicking, they are, like I said, they're a totally different team. Marlon Humphrey, he's back and playing healthy. And so Nate, we saw Nate Wiggins, he coming into his own. So it just, these guys gotta make the turnovers, they gotta make them count.
What's the diagnosis for Zay Flowers?
Oh,
that's a good question.
I think he out. I think he broke something, didn't he?
I'm about to go
his
back.
Knee. No. He hurt his knee. He probably day to day. It probably nothing serious.
Okay, listen.
I need to go look at that because that's serious. If he doesn't have Zay Flowers, that's a big
blow. Yeah, it was a knee. I wouldn't think it would be that big of a deal.
Listen to me though, bro.
Like it was.
The Ravens have an issue that you have in basketball with two star players on the team, two scoring guards. Who gonna take the last shot? Who gonna run the ball on 4th and 2?
Lamar.
Or 4th and 1? Or who are you gonna give it to the horse? Or are you gonna give it to your guy?
You gonna give it to the sports car? You gonna give it to the horse? Which one?
That's it.
You pull it. They know you gonna give it to Derrick Henry.
But Spags is the key on that side. He knows these guys that's left. He knows what their deficiencies are. He's gonna make them play to their strengths, to their weaknesses. So that's why, man, the Chiefs are gonna be tough.
Give me my picks are Ravens versus Lions Super Bowl.
That's what I thought was gonna be last year. It might
I still think the Vikings gonna do something. Honestly,
if they would have got home field, I feel better.
They'll be doing school after the first round on the couch.
If they beat Detroit,
I think it's
that
crazy
momentum.
that we're talking about a team that won 14 games. Like
I don't give a care how many games they win. When they get their teeth kicked in, they a different team. I see them all the time with the Vikings.
Look who they played this year. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, the schedule was easy. I give you that.
And guess what, dog? Listen. Do y'all believe somebody tried to convince me that scheduling in the National Football League don't matter? Bullshit.
It matters. It matters a lot.
And what's so crazy is the Viking defense. They good, but they're not like shutdown good. That corners can be beaten.
What team is shut down good though?
Nobody.
Well,
Nobody,
you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. When they come to play, their corners are gonna get beat.
The biggest question is who you don't want to play ugly football with at this time of the year.
Sam
Kansas
Darnold.
City, Baltimore possibly, Buffalo possibly because Josh Allen his legs, and really everybody else is finesse. Or Philly too. Philly can play gritty.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem, most Sam Darnold, the real Sam Darnold.
He showed up
last ugly head. Yep.
But he really about to show up in the playoffs because you know why? Teams that got enough of Sam Darnold throughout the year, and they remember the Sam Darnold in New York, and now they got the one in Minnesota. And so what Minnesota has, they got 14 wins, but they're gonna need 3 more? 2 more to get to the Super Bowl?
3.
So 4 to be champions. I don't think they got a 4-game winning streak.
And we saw what happened last night. Sam Darnold missing throws, he was getting pressure up in his face, and we saw them take away Jefferson.
But honestly, they were doing good running the ball, and that's really a bad coaching decision. They could have just kept running the ball.
I wholeheartly agree with you.
They were averaging 7 yards per carry.
Yeah, but you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to see. They are doing evaluation, trying to see is Sam Darnold out of the future. Because we're going to get rid of J.J. McCarthy. Look, Viking fans. No. God damn it.
RC, you make a very excellent point about that. They are putting Sam Darnold out. You're right about that.
If he's going to be the guy, then, we got to see him perform. Especially going to pay him all this money.
That was a big game last night. Let's be honest. That was a big game.
Oh,
he missed a lot of throws. Missed a lot of open throws, man. All right. Draft order. Y'all want to hear the draft order? I'm just gonna do 1 through 10.
Yeah, top 10.
All right. Tennessee number 1, Cleveland number 2, Giants number 3, New England number 4. What's so crazy if New England would have lost yesterday, it would stay at number 1. Jazz are number 5, Raiders number 6, Jets are number 7, Carolina number 8, Saints number 9, Bears number 10. So, RC, your team almost made the top 10.
We're number 11.
Yep, y'all almost made it.
I'm tired of picking 14.
Dude,
I'm so tired of it.
Every time we pick in the first round like this, we always had when we picked Trey Lance, we had a good team. He's gonna come to a good team. A good team finna get a good player, and we're gonna get to play a 4-play schedule.
Who? You said Tennessee. Who got the second pick?
Cleveland.
Trade down, Tennessee. You don't need it.
See that this is where it gets good. Do you want Will Levis? If you want Will Levis, you trade out of that spot.
Who won Will Levis?
He only had 1 year.
Yeah, right.
Is this his rookie year?
I gotta be honest.
Get rid of Will Levis. Get rid of him.
Is Will Levis? Is this his rookie year?
No, this is second year.
Okay.
Second year.
So you did this with Malik Willis. It's just,
But he's not improving. Like he has the worst passing percentage past 7 yards.
Mason Rudolph came in. They looked a whole lot better.
Right.
I mean, bro, you can't pick a number 1. You can't pick top. I mean, do you think Cam?
Okay, RC, who you rather have, Cam Ward, Shador, or Will Levis?
I need an offensive coordinator.
Your head coach supposed to be an offensive guy.
Right,
not all the time.
OC can't help out the quarterback all the time.
Your head coach is an offensive guy, so
right.
He was with Joe Burrow, so I mean,
but he ain't got Jamar Chase. Yeah, but he ain't got Jamar Chase. See, I'm kind of conflicted because
really just went over 1,000 yards.
I'm kind of conflicted though because when we talk about Joe Burrow, I know I'm gonna piss Joe Burrow fans off, but when he was at Ohio State, he couldn't get on the field. But then he goes to LSU and it's a plethora of receivers. Do you see the receivers coming out of LSU right now? So he's only been throwing to the best receivers in the game, plus T. Higgins. So Joe Burrow's an outlier. I just feel like
RC. So
He,
if you
is
get
he
Will Levis,
is he really coaching Joe Burrow? Is he really coaching Joe Burrow?
if you get Will Levis Chase, you think he gonna improve? Or you just
No.
gonna see more? Are you just gonna see more football thrown into double coverage kind of forcing to Jamar Chase?
I mean, he had DeAndre Hopkins, and DeAndre Hopkins got size 20 hands, and he couldn't hit him. So
Will Levis, he's bad, man. He got to work on a lot of things. He got his accuracy and his footwork.
I'm not defending him because I don't think he's I think he's a
Titan fans don't want him.
I think he's they don't want anybody. I think he's a muscle head. I think he's an athletic gifted freak. He's a big muscle guy.
In Tennessee's defense, and I'm not a Tennessee Titan fan. Y'all know this. I can't stand damn Titans. But in their defense, with the GM that they have now, he took Levis. You know, you can't. It's one of those things you live and you die with quarterbacks. But man, if you have an opportunity to take a guy that's better than the guy you have, why pass it?
Right. They said they could be either Cam Ward or Shador. So
will Shador be a Titan or a Brown?
Look, from my understanding, I hear GMs don't even have a first round grade on Shador.
That's bullshit.
What that?
You think that because of Dion? You think that's because of
No, I don't think it's because of Dion.
If I'm Shador, I want to fall.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's where I'm getting to.
Oh, he pulling LeBron with Bronny?
It seems like it, but if you have GMs coming out now and they're saying, well, we don't think Shador is the best quarterback in the draft. They don't think he's a first. They think he's a second round guy.
Yep.
That benefits him more than hell. I wouldn't want to go to Cleveland. I don't know if I want to go to Nashville. You know.
Yep, that. I like.
Why you say Cleveland like that?
Like don't care no Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Look, my father used to drive trucks. Of course, he used to go with him. I used to tell you about that all the time. But the one time I went to Cleveland, I mean, I kind of get what Joe Noah was saying.
Right. So, Tyreek Hill. He came out and said he's out of here, adios, amigos. I'll read his quote in a few minutes, but Mike McDaniels.
What did he say?
He came out and said this.
He look like a little kid.
Can y'all hear it? Is it playing? Is it playing?
No.
It's not playing?
Nah.
Why it's not playing?
It's probably he just looking like a little toddler, just don't know what to do.
Hold up, let me see. Can I upload it as a video clip?
I want to hear what Mike McDaniel has to say about this situation. I have a lot.
I think I know why it's not playing. I think I know why.
You ain't paying your assistant enough, man. Being cheap.
I got it from
New
Instagram.
Year, being cheap.
Man. I think, man, they got this new thing on Instagram when you download stuff from like CBS or NBC. They put like some type of lock on it or something.
Probably copyright.
Yeah, copyright.
They put so they sometimes the video won't play. I should have downloaded the other way. Let me see what this worked. But he said a lot of stuff about Tyreek Hill leaving. Now, I was kind of surprised that Tyreek came out like that and said he wanted to dip. What were your thoughts on the RC Tyreek Hill saying he want to leave?
Hey man, typical Tyreek Hill. I mean, I believe he's been setting this up. I believe Tyreek got his money and now he's figuring out his exit. You know, he went to Miami and got paid. Now he want to go win again. I mean, when he made the dumb comparison between Tua and Patrick Mahomes, that was just the big up, the move. But now he's gotten paid. He realized he's not gonna win, so let me go try to win somewhere. But he don't understand how contracts work. You done pigeonholed yourself with this, unless because I don't know if the relationship is at a good place, especially what he's doing. I think Drew probably is telling him to act like that to get out of there. It's all strategic.
All right, let me see. Can I play it now?
Tyreek Hill moments ago indicated he wants out from the organization. How do you react to that? And do you want Tyreek back?
I think in regard to things that are stated, I guess it would be secondhand. For me, I had heard that, but just in general, emotions are high, especially after a game like that. But I think that there will be conversations that will be direct in the next couple days, which is kind of the process of the end of season meetings. And I think obviously there's a lot of power in having a team that wants to play together and go for a common goal. So that's inherent, but I'm not going to put too much weight on secondhand post-game disappointment statements, and we'll see how the next couple of days progress with those conversations with him and I.
Like either he cold or he haven't hit his blunt yet. I can't even figure out.
First of all, man, and
saying too much of nothing.
What's wrong with him, man? Is he shocked or he just he haven't had his daily drugs yet?
You want to know the easiest way to answer that question?
Right. What?
No comment.
Exactly.
No comment. Move on. Let me assess the situation with Tyreek Hill, and we can go on from there. But until then, no further comment.
So you have Tyreek who lead. He complained about his stats and leaves a Super Bowl winning team with the Chiefs. Now he want to leave because Miami ain't winning? Come on, man. Stop it.
He's
just
apparently
like RC said, the athlete get paid too much.
Apparently he's mad because they pulled him after the game.
No, he pulled himself.
He pulled himself out the game.
He pulled himself. He pulled a Devontae Campbell. He did that.
He made it seem like they pulled him because he was like, I never not play in the game or something like that.
No, he said, I just don't want to be. I just don't want to be out there. He was saying he just don't want to be out there. Tyreek is forgetting where. See, another thing that money does, it blinds you. It blurs your vision and make your memory make your memory bad because you came from humble beginnings, legal situations, all these type of. You're out there in Miami. What is it? You ain't no more women for you to breathe with. What is it? You ain't got no more. What you? Why you want to?
They probably taking all his money.
That's his fault.
But dude, but listen to this though. This is the problem I have with it. You're in front of a camera after you lost, but go back and look at the way he played this year. He got a lot of drops.
Yeah.
He got a lot of drops. Two are hitting you in the hand, you dropping the ball. You don't want to be there because one, like I said, he knows things we don't know, and he know what Tua ain't. Okay, it ain't Miami isn't the darling anymore. Remember, they was going to be like the greatest show on turf, all that track speed. No, and then the coach looks in over his head. That's what pisses me off about what New England did to Jerod Mayo. If you look at that head coach from Miami, he don't look like he need to be leading nobody but himself. Like, man, he look like a kid, bro. Like, I just have an issue with the whole thing. And then why do Miami Dolphins look cold all the time, bro, this time of year? Like,
they was in Jets. You know what, Flowers? I'm a parlay. I had the freaking Dolphins. God thought they'd take care of business, but I forgot
they needed to win
in New York. They were playing in New York. They were cold, and then freaking Huntley was playing either.
You should have hollered at me yesterday. I would have told you, because Aaron Rodgers played Miami well earlier in the year. They went. That's Aaron Rodgers' last game with the Jets. I picked them to win because I just couldn't see the Jets not playing prideful football, especially with Huntley in the lineup. But I do want to say this about Tyreek Hill. It's funny how this is a prime example of the grass is not always greener on the other side, ladies and gentlemen, because he took $4 or $5 more million to get traded from Kansas City down to Miami. Isn't he down from that area? So he was at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I hear all the time the athletes say they don't like playing at home because of the distractions. I think this is a clear case of Tyreek Hill tired of being distracted of the distractions. He goes to Miami, and how many damn kids he has now? He went to Miami and then decided to have his own NBA roster, with kids and women. So I think he's learned a valuable lesson of home is not always the place you need to be when you're conducting this kind of business. It's like the worst has happened to him ever since he moved away from Kansas City. House catching on fire, this and that, injuries,
Lawsuit with the woman.
lawsuits. The production on the field has teared off. Who's gonna pick him up? I'm quite sure he'll gain some interest. But this is a clear play from the Rosenhaus book. Just act it out, and you'll get your way. They'll get rid of him because they won't see fit for that.
Also, I think this is a classic case of a player not understanding what they had. Like you had Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid. You left the
historic numbers.
You had the perfect situation. Look, check this out. Doggone Troy Aikman had Michael Irvin and Jimmy Johnson. Joe Montana had Jerry Rice had Joe Montana and Steve Young. Like why you left this perfect situation? But you left because you wanted the money. And now you want it. Now you
not that much more money now.
Huh?
I said not even that much more money than what Kansas City was going to give you.
And in reality too, he's from that area. It's nicer weather. He looked at it. He was like, "I'm going home. They ain't gonna win without me." See, this is the classic case of that you need me, I don't need you. Bullshit. This man won with Kadarius Toney. You hear me? This man won with Burger King guy who's flipping burger. This guy can win. He don't need you. And so my thing is, I hope he learned. He's not gonna learn a lesson because Drew Rosenhaus is a babysitter. Yep. He takes black men, young black athletes, and he knows how. He tells them what they want to hear so he can get what he needs.
He knows how to cut a good promo.
Yeah, that for sure. For sure. Jim Cornette, that's what the hell he is.
All right. They asked Jerry Jones if he would ever give up being GM of the Cowboys. He said no, just no. I bought the team.
But you don't go. You don't go. Go ahead.
Let me tell you how selfish Jerry is. Cooper Rush, my boy.
Mm-hmm.
All he needed was 80 more snaps, and you want to start Trey Lyles?
Yeah.
Hey, almost. He said he didn't know. He didn't know.
He do all the damn contracts. You
he didn't know.
Boy, I know a lie when I hear one.
He's the owner, GM, and whatever else there. He did. Oh, I forgot.
Man, I feel
now he's old and senile.
Oh my goodness, man!
He needs to understand one thing. I hope he live as long as God see fit, but he don't have any control over time in life, and how well he'll be. His mental state. I think what Cowboy fans are experiencing is greed. An owner, a GM that's greedy, and all he thinks about is how to fatten his pockets and his grandchildren. But I ain't mad at him. I just wouldn't want to be thank God I didn't decide to be a Cowboy fan because they're in a world of hurt.
Right.
I think he gonna turn into the new age Al Davis. Remember when Al Davis was like
he's already
the last few years. Look, when I saw Al Davis draft Sebastian, the second round.
Oh, Janikowski in the second round.
Yeah. RJ when he drafted Hayward Bay.
There's Hayward Bay.
Robert
Gallery. Yo.
Robert Gallery. Jerry gonna be like that. I swear. We gonna see it.
There's Hayward Bay would be wide ass holding the ball, hit him in the hand.
Darren McFadden take two steps and get hurt. Darren McFadden take 2 steps, he hurt.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, let's go into the NFL coaches. Black Monday.
We can stick with the Cowboys, really.
Who got fired?
Well, I don't know. It's not that Mike McCarthy didn't get fired, but it's like
they might not bring him back.
They don't.
Oh,
It's
that's
like
what you're hearing.
they might not bring him back, but it's like they don't let other teams talk to him.
Well, I mean, no, this was his last year of his deal, so he can talk
Yeah.
to whoever he want to talk to. Now he can.
All right. So Browns fired Ken Dorsey, the OC.
The
Who
Browns
else?
had an offensive coordinator.
Doug Pearson got fired today from the Jaguars. Flowers, your guy got fired today. Let me see where I have that at. What's his name?
Gus Bradley.
Gus Bradley. Yep, Gus Bradley got fired today. And the big one was well, he's not a big one, but the Seattle Seahawks fired their offense coordinator Ryan Grubb. But the big firing was Gerard Mayo fired from the Patriots. Any thoughts on that? Any thoughts on Gerard Mayo getting fired?
Who want to open the field?
RC, go ahead and go.
You know I'm pissed. I mean that neck of the woods. You got to understand the history of that area that he got fired from, man. Like it was a bad look. I even think that Belichick did him a disservice by doing that. He better hire his ass in North Carolina to do something if he just to come look at the back of his head. But New England Patriots, I hope you don't win nothing ever again. It's the same thing that happened to Steve Wilkes in Arizona. You cannot build an organization. You cannot build a roster. You cannot do anything in just 1 year. And I'm glad Gerard Mayo did what he did. Same way Lovie Smith did what he did. He stuck it to him yesterday. They want Mike Vrabel. They think Mike Vrabel's going to do such a great job. He didn't do shit in Tennessee. But in closing, you black coaches need to stop taking these jobs. Listen, do not take Aaron Glenn. Do not take that Saints job. Do not take the Cleveland Browns, the Saints, the damn Tennessee Titans. None of them teams. Don't take them jobs. Them jobs aren't what it do. You're not going to have time. You're not going to have time because the leash that you have compared to another guy is way shorter. So, hey, man, salute to Gerard Mayo, though. He went out better than I went out. I went out kicking.
Wow, your thoughts on Gerard Mayo getting fired?
I second what RC said. I am peed off about it. I'm pissed about it because if you look at the overall situation of the Patriots, to say Gerard Mayo is the sole problem of their team being what it is, oh my goodness, let's not do that to ourselves. This is all Robert Kraft, honestly, because he wanted Bill out. He appointed Gerard Mayo, to be the predecessor. I just think that, I mean, if you look at it now, it was just a year to get past Bill Belichick. The Bill Belichick legacy talk and this and that. The fill the void and fill the shoes. It's obvious who they want as the head coach. They want Verbal as the coach. Last year he was barking about being the coach. But I just think Robert Kraft did it for financial purposes. You bring Gerard Mayo in, you don't pay him as much as you're gonna pay Mike Rebel, and you send Mayo on his way. And it's unfortunate. I'm with RC. Black men, stop taking these damn jobs like this, because I'm only saying that because we are not afforded the same time frame as white coaches. I'll say it for you. See, white coaches. I'll say it. I see coaches that they get fired, they get second chances. Only except for a handful of black coaches that really got a second chance. Bowles, Dungy. I can't even think of
Tomlin.
He's only been he said coach once. I'm talking about second chance as far as getting fired.
Second job. Yeah.
Oh, the guy from Miami, didn't he have more than one coaching job? Flores.
No. One and done.
I thought he coached another team besides the Dolphins.
Defense coordinator. I'm talking about head coaching jobs.
Oh, head coach.
Like Doug Peterson was the head coach of the Eagles and the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what I'm saying. Like
Mike McCarthy got John Gruden keep getting
Dennis Green.
Dennis Green. But I'm saying, out of all the black coaches that have ever been in this league, we can only name 5. I can think of more of that on the other hand, but I'm not trying to make this a race thing. I'm just saying
you're stating the obvious, brother.
When you look at the Arizona situation, that happened. That guy gets Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen sucks. You fire him, you bring in Kyler Murray, and what's Colin looks like what's the guy
Cliff,
in Washington? Kingsbury
Cliff.
looks like a damn genius because he had Kyler Murray.
But he had a
I
losing
don't think it's
season,
right.
and then on top of that,
He had a
Kingsbury had a
losing season in college.
didn't beat nobody. Wasn't deserving of the job. You just playing in my face.
Just because he recruited Kyler Murray or was the coordinator for Kyler Murray, in college, that they gave him the leeway, and that's all I'm saying. Like we could talk about Culley. Was it David Culley in
From
Houston?
Texans.
I'm saying like the team sucked. We obviously knew that. Okay, you fired him for what?
They
Because
actually
the team
played
was
good.
bad?
They wanted Cully. They actually played. They played hard for Cully.
Of course they did, but they didn't want Culley to be the guy. So when you get those right pieces, like in Gerard Mayo's defense, I thought he did a great job with Drake May. He didn't force him on the field. He waited for about a month or two to let the kid be able to grow and learn. Kid came out and played great ball. They have a quarterback now, and that's what's so fucked up about it. Because excuse my language, because you see the seeds have been planted and they're sprouting in New England. So let's take that gardener out and put somebody else in here that we feel like this going to make the garden grow a little faster.
I feel like Gerard Mayo should have known this was like an internship. I mean, they picked the guy from the same organization with Bill Belichick. Then he should have knew what it was automatically.
But
if
you
he
know
didn't
what?
do well, then you're gonna get taken away from him.
The only thing that I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you talk. See, the only thing that softens that blow and what people will say is, well, he's gonna get his money anyway, and that's true. But we just want I think me and C on the same page as far as we would like to see guys like that y'all fire like this get another opportunity because they really didn't get one.
Right.
They used
Go
that
ahead,
man. Now that I think about it, it's business and it was strategic. They used that man. Okay, he's gonna come in, he's gonna have a real bad year. We're gonna get another good pick to go along with the draft with the quarterback that we have, and then we'll bring in our actual coach, and then we'll have more talent than we had the year before, and then we'll win. We'll start winning. But it's gonna backfire because the only reason why anybody was going to New England is because of Brady and Belichick. Nobody's going over there in free agency, just running over there to go play in New England. It's not the same. It's not giving tourist attraction. I just feel like Gerard Mayo, just because you play for the New England Patriots, sir, you thought they were gonna love you how you love them.
That's true.
They played you. Listen, dude,
you ain't Kobe.
you ain't Kobe, and you ain't Teddy Bruschi, and you ain't Lawyer Malloy, and you ain't Willie McGinnis. You are Gerard Mayo.
Seymour, guys, yeah.
That's what it was.
See, but that makes it worse though. See, because Gerard Mayo was part of championship teams.
But listen. But I saw Grunk's face. Grunk was pissed. They had to cut him off on Fox because that's one of Grunk's teammates. But I'm saying, if this was Tom Brady and he had that job, they're gonna give Brady time because Brady's viewed differently in New England than Gerard Mayo. I think the problem with Gerard Mayo, he thought he made himself a little bit more important in New England. Bro.
And what hurt him too was when Belichick came out against him when Gerard Mayo went to the press said this team ain't tough, they lacking this and lacking this. And Bill Belichick gonna stay on national TV. Oh, that's not it. They tough. They ain't the problem. It's like so. It was just.
I picked the roster.
Like, the problem is, I'm playing with your damn talent. I'm coaching your talent.
No, so Belichick was mad.
Him out either.
Gerard brought a PS5 in the locker room. Gerard had TVs. Gerard had life and flowers and shit that made the thing. And Belichick was imprisonment, and he's going against. I thought he was going to do it just how. Prime example. Why do? Okay, a Belichick disciple in New York, Brian Dable, has done nothing. Like,
they retained him today and the GM, which is crazy.
Randy posed an interesting question. Was winning yesterday Mayo's nail in the coffin?
Yeah, because he knew he wasn't going to stick around. That, like C said, that was his way to stick it to the organization. Y'all want the first pick? Nah, we're going to put Joe Milton out here and he going to ball. They probably thought Joe Milton was going to go out there and have a shitty game. And he didn't. Because the Bills didn't have anything to play for. But, they Josh Allen played a series or two and they pulled them. So the game was for them to win.
I want to I mean, I agree with everything y'all said, but man, yeah, well, which y'all said it, like, why do black coaches, put themselves in these type of situations? First of all, man, to kind of change up a little bit about the history of that state, because Bill Russell had to go through the same thing. And I say this because I'm seeing all the comments, and they just saying that, well, Gerard was just a diversity hire. I mean, hell, the man was part of a winning organization.
Right. Winning culture.
He helped build it.
Culture.
Helped build it.
So what? So some of these New England fans, how this is just a racial hire?
It turned on him.
It was an internship. That's what I'm trying. It was more of an internship. He's like, let's see what you can do, buddy.
The racial part come most because of the area. That's a race. That's a racist area.
Yes.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mentioned Bill because Bill eventually he became a coach.
Right.
He won, but he was still going through the same shit. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
In that.
Oh, you're talking about Bill Russell. Okay.
Bill Russell.
I got you.
Somebody that transcends sports in general. You know what I'm saying? So, man, just.
But they love that. Bill wind up loving Boston, and Mayo I would get the hell out of there. But my thing is this: he learned
job.
He learned a very valuable lesson. They don't love me like I love them, man. God,
exactly. Nope, they don't. Hurts. Like you said, they want. He wasn't Tay Bruschi or Willie McGinnis.
The question is, if whoever becomes the coach and they win the same amount of games or less.
I don't think he did the Patriot way.
We know who's gonna be.
Yeah, we know who it is, but I'm just saying.
Mike Vrabel. Yep.
No, he gonna get time because Mike Vrabel is proven. He's been in the playoffs. He's won the AFC South. That's what they gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Let's go over some sports news real quick. Christian Watson is out for the season.
For Green Bay?
Yep.
Man, what is going on with North Dakota State players, man? Like
Deshaun Watson has setback in his recovery from his Achilles tendon rehab.
I can't tell.
Brown GM Andrew.
I'm sorry. I can't tell.
I try to hold it in. I do. Brown GM Andrew Berry said this would delay his recovery. Still too early to say on return table. Do they go full quarterback?
They be wise to. They be wise to.
Man, but how many quarterbacks at this point? I don't know.
I mean, you gotta keep trying. You gotta keep shooting your shot.
You gotta keep shooting until you hit it, man. But you know what? I asked RC this question earlier between Shador and Cam, and you have to. When you think about Cleveland, you have to think about the elements. So you're gonna need. Cleveland needs a big, smart, durable, strong quarterback to be able to, when it gets November and December, to be able to throw, to cut through that wind.
Cleveland messed up getting rid of Baker Mayfield. I think they had
big
time
now. Big time.
But right now, if I was Cleveland, I'll be in on the Kirk Cousins sweepstakes because I just think that Kirk Cousins played in that. Went to Michigan State. He played in that type of element. He knows. He just would fit that Cleveland Brown everything until they figure out what they want to do because they
need a bridge guy.
Drafting a quarterback again. Like God, dog, man. Like
I would say draft a quarterback, but let him sit. I want to play him immediately till we continue to build.
I agree.
I don't think I don't think you have to draft the quarterback. I think you can get Sam Darnold. I think you can get somebody gonna come free.
True too. Let's see what they do in free agency.
Why not draft outside the box? Get Travis or somebody.
Hey Mo, this me being
your defense out.
They
good on defense.
I want better for the kids. Please, Lord, don't let them go over there. Don't let them go over there.
BL might have something to say with Cleveland. I'm quite sure he's gonna have something to say about the Browns.
Cleveland, the only reason Cleveland defense is lacking because how much they see on the field. I mean, they got some balls.
Ben is right about this.
Yeah, they spot on.
That's true.
They on the field. They on the field right now.
Yep.
They never left. What he
Oh,
talking about?
wait. We forgetting now. Myles Garrett has already came out and said, I'm looking for the organization to do right far as getting some talent. And if they don't do it, I want
They
out.
need to get a quarterback. They need to get some players. Yeah, cause they actually going to Myles Garrett. He having some input on some of the decision making going on. So
what Cleveland need to do is they need to do what Buffalo's doing and close the top of their stadium. Not close it, but put that.
Right.
It's just. I mean, we're 2025, man. The elements mean just trying to make these guys comfortable.
No,
man.
elements. You need elements. You from the if you from the area, I'll open up the Sky Dome and we playing in some snow.
Man,
especially Miami coming to town. Oh, I'll make it cold as possible.
I mean, have an indoor stadium, but hell,
have it indoor. If it snows too hard, if it's like snowing too hard, close it. But man, open that mug up. It's freezing. Joe Burrow gets the passing title.
And touchdown title, right?
Yes. Jamar Chase had a triple crown.
Gotta pay him.
Oh, I've been preaching this all year. The price just steady going up.
Yep.
What's that movie? That movie? Jerry Maguire? Show me the money.
Mm-hmm. Saquon Barkley get the rushing title. So there you go. All right, let's go into overtime.
Thanks, Giants.
All right, so there's 3 topics, right? But we're only gonna do one. So I want y'all to choose which one y'all want to talk about. So Joy Taylor is the new buzz on Twitter and social media platform. Joy Tayller sleeping her way up to the top. Drea Michelle bringing her 22-year-old son to see his 22-year-old stepdad.
Oh, this kind of nasty. Next.
Skip Bayless lawsuit paying his hairdresser $1.some million to sleep with him.
Well, that's kind of 2 topics in one. The Joy Taylor, Skip Bayless.
Yeah. Joy Taylor actually tied to the Skip Bayless because she was named in the lawsuit. Seemed like the girl had out for her. Like, dang, you named her in the lawsuit?
Because let's talk about Skip Bayless. That's the easiest one to talk about. In the lawsuit, the woman that is alleging that Skip Bayless offered to pay her $1.5 million. She also said that Joy Taylor pretty much was a bully towards her and threatened to have her fired and this and other stuff too. Like I've skimmed through it. It's so much that's kind of it's kind of hard to bear unless you're just fully invested in it. And I'm not that invested as far as reading.
So with that coming out about Joy Taylor and Skip, on the other hand, RC, what do you think that say about the sports industry right now?
Not surprising. Like that. Just like Hollywood. Just like Hollywood. When I look at all these actors and actresses and I see entertainers, I don't think none of them made it to the top off hard work and work ethic. And it was something that was done. Might not have been sexual favors, but you had to sell your soul. If you ain't sold your soul, you had to let somebody stand on your back. I mean, it's just how it is. I mean, these people didn't just get it out the mud like they proclaimed.
I'm telling you.
To have gotten it out the mud. I mean, if you think about it, man, those types of people with that type of money and power, they want to belittle you. Like that whole episode of Making the Band when P. Diddy makes those people go walk and get that cupcake. They were going to get that cheesecake. They were going to get that cheesecake for Beyonce. Nobody ever knew that. They was going to get it to Beyonce and bring it to Beyonce, not P. Diddy. So I just feel like that's part of it. It's like some kind of ritual, like humiliation ritual.
Go through.
I'm not surprised.
So most, in order for you to get to the top, you think you gotta do these type of things like what Joy Taylor did, sleep with her co-hosts and executives in order to get to the top. You don't think you just work your way in that type of industry, especially with ESPN?
I hate to put
Fox.
Everybody on game. Well, not y'all, but everybody else. But it's kind of different. with women.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to do that. You don't have to.
He said you don't.
I'll say it for you.
Hold on,
Mose.
wait a
I'll
minute.
say it for you.
Nobody. Hold on, nobody has to do that. But there are some good people out there that do the right thing. And honestly, there are some women who get in that position, and it's hard on them with the crap they have to deal with every single day with these men in power. And then you have some women who is greedy, and all they think about is this, money and whatever. I mean, I seen it. I'm dealing with it right now. It's not me personally, but I see it. I just see you see that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to speak too much on it because hey, it's just rumors, speculation.
You doing right? You doing right?
Well,
but
a lot of people, people dig up some dirt. I was gonna clip the video, but Joy Taylor on her podcast or show, she said if a guy is fine, have money, have power, you're gonna do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Some people some people tell you who they are.
She did.
Right there and then.
But I think
it's
just that sometimes we as men, we get stupid because we get so memorized with a woman's beauty. But a lot of times people usually tell you who they are as a person.
I think we need to do this. We need to start practicing this now before we get where we're going. Allegedly,
right?
Because my mom, I was thinking about my mom. It was coming in my mind. She was son, when you get on there, make sure you say, in my opinion or allegedly, so you can cover your ass. Because listen, this woman could be one of those people that says, I'm gonna burn the whole ship, even if you wouldn't even own the ship. So I don't know if this woman. I think the problem is Skip Bayless. Because Skip, Skip, you out here paying $1.5 million for something you could get for absolutely free. You could have got allegedly. You could have got it there for a chicken dinner. There's so many women out there. Skip, that's what you doing. Skip.
He's married.
Yep, he's married.
Allegedly, he like extracurricular activities. So we don't know.
It made me think about the industry and. Because once upon a time I wanted to work for ESPN or Fox Sports, and it just made me think like, dang, would I compromise and like, hey, or do some stuff in order to get what I need to go to? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. Like, that's why I would never want to be in that position of having that much money and power, because sometimes you can be a good person and it takes you south. We see that happen with a lot of guys in the NBA that they start off on the right foot, and they getting sucked in by their peers.
Yeah.
Well, it's if you do get the money and the power. I feel like with the long story short, the lesson here would be don't sleep with your coworkers. The obvious thing. As far as what was Skip. Don't cheat on your wife. Be faithful.
Right.
But
hey,
if you're gonna
ladies,
if you're gonna pay, there's a way to do that. Now
ladies,
I understand that's taboo.
Ladies.
You being honest. You being honest.
Welcome to the new network. You don't have to do that here at VOL.
I'm being honest because I know women that works in the adult industry. And
right.
And let's be honest, it's a multi-billion.
What? Wait a minute. And, you gonna just gloss over what he just said? What you say now? You know somebody who do what? Wait, run it back again. What you say now?
Oh, I know a few strippers in Jackson.
Okay. He knows sexy red. He knows sexy red and sexy blue. That's what he knows.
I ain't gonna say no names.
Let's go back to Randy comment. He said every woman slept their way to get to that place. No way, man. It's too easy to drop it. Yeah, it is.
No,
I feel like if you
oh my bad.
Go ahead, Flowers.
No, go ahead. I'll go ahead.
I was gonna say you got ESPN ain't
never.
In fact, I seen I think this happened a few years ago on ESPN. settled with a woman because once again she was dealing with that crap with the men in power, and you usually when there's a case and when I see undisclosed amount, best believe that person got paid.
Yeah, they guilty. They did it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So ESPN, they ain't, I don't care
And
whether you call them Disney or what, they've been doing some
it's
dirt as well.
it's sad that you get put in that predicament because, man, you have to walk away from that career of being able to make something of your career working for that company. And it's a bad place to be in, especially when executives are pushing you to do certain things. I think that's why Sage still love, because of all that hoopla. And I wanted to message Sage still, like, hey, you want to come join our network? We're growing. We're gonna get there one day. But
One day, that's right.
we're gonna get there one day. Let's go. So
Let me add my
it's messed up. It's messed up, man.
Let me add my 2 cents in real quick. This is a slippery slope. Allegedly, if Joy Taylor did what's being alleged, I think that just shows you the evil nature of how women can get above in profession. Far as, let's be honest here, women hold something that if a man is not strong enough to resist it, they can take advantage of you. So in that instance, like allegedly, if I'm reading and looking at this right, Joy Taylor played the cards and she manipulated the right people to get to where she was. Can't knock her for it. But with the Acho stuff and this and that, I don't want to get into that rabbit hole, but
Right.
all I
God,
can
that's a
all I can
lot.
say is this the cost, whether it's Hollywood, whether it's sports talk on TV, do you have to indulge in stuff to become famous? Like, is that just the realization far as, if I want to get into the music industry, do I have to do something I don't want to do? Or
Right.
if I want to be on TV, do I have to do something I don't want to do?
Yep.
If I got to do that, I don't want to do it, because
Right.
where's the morals and
Hey,
what
Can you
happens to
sleep at
just
night?
look,
hard work? No, people, no, Ben. People sleeping at night. Why? Because when you get money like that, and it's not everybody. The people that will downplay their dignity and able in order to get up, they sleep like babies. Trust me, they're not thinking about it because they got what they want at the end of the day.
But
We
think about social media. Think about social media on a smaller scale. You see women constantly putting videos out there.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, I'm just saying, just degrading themselves to make money. So that's on a smaller scale. So then when you get into a big business, like it probably gets a little deeper, a little worse, a little crazier. That's why they allegedly skip off of that amount of money, because I mean, back in the day, probably for
That's
people
life
who had
changing.
that type
Skip,
of money, you think about
skip.
those people probably had like they had no choice. But
Let,
now
let,
it's like, okay, if I'm gonna do that, you finna pay. But it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't
let,
think.
let, let me say something real quick. Skip Bayless is, it appears, allegedly, if this is true, him offering a woman $1.5 million for pleasure because you think that everybody else had her, you should have her too. So that it got to the point you're offering money to do that.
Tricky
That
baby.
shows the problem with, like I say, men in
Paying
high
people.
places. Also, I can't down women in this situation either, because men for centuries have taken advantage of women in this manner.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we cannot, like, I kind of hated that. How in the hell does Joy Taylor overshadow what the hell Skip Bayless did? I don't want to get that misconstrued in this, because you're telling me that Skip Bayless is a predator, but yet you're clamoring on Joy Taylor being a hoe.
look, not and I go deeper than that. Why? Y'all realize nobody talking about the allegedly executive that she was with
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
staying with?
Who? Who?
That's how she got her show. That's how she got her show.
What is ESPN executive?
No. It was
Not
Fox
ESPN,
Sports.
but
Fox Sports.
What's the? Did they give a name?
Yeah. His name is
the
in there. I
name is
can't
there.
remember his name.
The name is there.
Dixon.
That's what I'm saying. So it just look. I'm gonna kind of go off track with this, but I think the perfect example of all this is Dave Chappelle when he had his show and he left his own show.
$50 million.
They offered him $50
And he
million.
ain't put no dress on.
Yeah, well, it was it was that, but I remember Dave was talking about a joke. He did a racial joke, and he said that when a white guy was laughing, and for the first time he felt like that he felt like he was being laughed at, and that at that point he left, and as soon as he left, the media wanted to call him crazy because he didn't take all that money when he was already successful doing what he was doing.
And they were changing his comedian stance on the show too. They were trying to change the show. So it's a lot of things that went on.
This is the slippery slope that we on because we're in media, whether we want to believe it, whatever, however you view yourself, you're part of media now. And so someone come knocking on your door, say Ben, RC, Justin, hey man, listen, Flowers, we want you guys, but gotta get a little bit more edgy. Flowers, I want you to cut asshole in the back of your head. Justin, I want you to walk around. Just some outlandish thing. And they put this number out there. They say, if you do that, you'll never have to work again. And so what people do is they thinking like, I can work around
RC, whatever you do not dress like Debo Sanders. That's how I'm
Well, you see what happened. Yeah.
Not dress like Debo. RC, your mic.
It's coming. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you.
The most outlandish thing is coming. It's coming, dog. I'm not saying for us, but for whoever you're trying to get up that business totem pole, it's coming. They trying to see if you really want that, or if you really about that life.
And that's why Houdini is our producer, because he dealt with contracts like that.
One more thing. I think I encourage stuff like this to continue to come out and let that dark side of Hollywood and media be exposed, because it needs to be cleaned up. The sooner that it's cleaned up and we can possibly get righteous people in, you'll start seeing a different result. And that's the music industry and Hollywood. That's all of it. It's too many people in the background doing, mischievous things.
Right.
And it's playing out. It's playing out in front of our eyes now. And the only way it's gonna change, man, people, you got to put righteous people in these right places and get these people that out of these places that are taking advantage of people like this.
And that's why you choose your team wisely and you put yourself around the right people, because you don't want any sellouts amongst the crew. And
they don't tell
a lot
you
of time with different groups.
They don't tell you money is the root of all evil for no reason.
Right. Exactly.
You gotta be thick skinned, in my opinion, in a way. You gotta have
can't be greedy either.
Don't.
That's the key.
That's true. That's true. But you gotta. I tell people this, man. You gotta learn how to say no.
Yes.
And you'll be surprised. I tell kids that, but adults have it hard. A lot of adults have a hard time saying no. Just learn to say no. Just stand up for yourself. Because you don't have to go through these situations that everybody else is going through.
And what women go through in those type of corporations, man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't like to think about it, but it happens all the time. I feel for them.
There is no reason Joy Taylor's stuff should be outshadowing what the hell Skip Bayless is going
I
through.
know, right? 1 point. Come on, man. That's insane. Woo. All right, guys. We're brought to you by Bet Us. We got your game. NBA going on. NFL playoffs starting this week. College football playoffs still going on.
Thursday.
Hockey. Game Thursday. Hockey. College basketball.
Let me tell y'all about sports betting. It's so funny. I've been betting on the teams, but I ain't been showing my stuff because I'm still learning everything, but I'm still doing player props. And it's funny because like you see something that looks good, and okay, I'm gonna go under that, and then all of a sudden they like Amen Thompson from
Amen Thompson.
Houston. I had him under PRA, points, rebounds, assists, and tell me why he get the season high points and rebounds. Like, golly, like, what's going on?
Funny story.
It'll be like a
you looking at the pattern.
I do look at the pattern, but
that's what
you'll have a big man who ain't shot a 3 in 10, 15 games. Well, he don't really shoot 3. You go under that, he shoot 1. Like, what's going on with that?
And like they know.
Take the over.
I feel like the NBA is the worst sport to bet on. It just, I don't know what I'm getting every night.
This is what I've summed up about basketball, and it's been more recently, as far as with betting. Bet on big games because it's hard to monitor 82 in an 82 game season. Like when I hit on Christmas, like I had the feeling that LeBron James, Steph, and all these guys, they're gonna show up in certain spots. You know what I'm saying? So it like probably after the All-Star break, you probably have more prevalent chances of winning because people will start taking things more serious.
Yeah, right. And I honestly, I think with the NBA specifically, ever since they just became open with gambling,
it's been bad. Yeah,
it's been so terrible.
And drafters is horrible.
Yeah, drafters is horrible.
You hear that, drafters? It's terrible.
They're bad as well. But I just think with the NBA, ain't no way. Like I said, I don't think I even said it on here. Like, you suspend Jonte Porter forever, and you have LeBron on commercials for DraftKings.
I mean, they're partners. I
understand. That.
It's slippery slope. Think how much money drafters done gave to the NBA. So,
but it's DraftKings, Prize Picks, all these.
I give you saying they shouldn't be. If they don't, they feel like they're tempting the players,
especially.
It feel like it's like, hey guys, don't bet, but we partnership with a betting company, and here's the money that we use to do the to get from DraftKings and all that type of stuff. So it feels like a temptation around your face. If I'm playing NBA, I'm seeing DraftKings all the time and NBA commercials. Yeah, I'm like, dang man, I wish I could bet. You get into your mind that you want to play something.
Yeah.
It's
I'm getting tired.
Always in your face. It's always there.
That's the problem. Look, every single time out. Every single foul brought to you by DraftKings.
Player props. Like, and they give you player props at halftime.
I want to see a regular commercial. Show me some dollars or something, man. Y'all ain't got to throw gambling at me 24/7.
That's what happens when you the main partner. Like how Budweiser used to be the main partner of the NFL, stuff like that. And you see the Clydesdales. This is what's going on.
Right. All right, guys, man. Good show. We might be back Thursday. Hold on. Is there a college football game Thursday? Yeah, there is. It's who playing?
Notre Dame and Penn State.
Penn State. So we won't be back Thursday. I showed the winner of the player picks Monday. Yeah, I think he won 3 times straight. I think it's 3 times straight, bro.
Yeah, would, man.
It's pretty sad right now. But I'm thinking about doing it in like a WWE belt for the champion. I might do it next year. I might just start over. We're gonna play for
not
the title.
The big gold belt.
Yeah, I might do a BOF gold belt for the winner.
Man.
And we're gonna do it like a WWE title. If the winner wins, then next year somebody else win. Like the person got to give the belt to that person. So on. We're gonna do something like that. Make it a little bit more fun and get RC and T Wright in a Duncan booth.
With the sharks in it.
Yeah, with the sharks.
Hey, T Wright got to get in there twice.
That's right.
Toes in there twice.
Oh man. So that was the show, guys. We had a great time. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like and subscribe, share it, family, your friends. Appreciate all the support. And until next time, same channel. We out of here.
See you, fellas.